tell a hoe go figure.
We not wasting no time. You see the title. The movie starts with the chipmunks singing in harmony. They're already trying to get me copyrighted 10 seconds into the movie. Alvin starts crying over his horrible life living in a tree collecting nuts all year. And I can't even lie, if I was a chipmunk, I would really hate life too. Right as he opens his mouth, his wish comes true as the tree gets chopped down and they get snatched up with it. We switch to our human protagonist Dave, who is late for something, and as he's on his way, he runs into his ex, who just starts disrespecting him. Top 10 worst date ever. He then forces a date on this woman trying to rekindle and then runs off. The chipmunk's home just got turned into a holiday decoration for a record label, and Dave heads upstairs with all the rich executives to play his new demo, which was complete. Song sounds like something straight off Blue Cruise. You put that on Disney back in 08 and that might be a hit, but the executive was not going for that. He tells Dave to quit and literally put the fries in the back. Dave stole a basket of pastries on his way out, which the chipmunks jump into as they escape the office. At home, Dave finally meets the greatest hit sensation since the Jackson 5 after they manage to trash his house and knock him out. Of course, he tosses them out the crib because talking animals is not something he wants to deal with. So his girl left him, his music is trash, and now he got baby chipmunks harassing him. But that night, they start singing like rent was due and serenade their way into a place to stay, and Dave gives them the 360 deal of doom to get them to work for him. In the morning, as they fail to make breakfast, Simon finally gets a pair of glasses so his blind eyes can see, and they finally start making some music. Dave pulls back up to the recording studio for a second chance with the chipmunks, but they get scared shitless. They ain't even performing their life. They've been collecting nuts for like the 4 months they've been born. After this, Dave goes to his day job where he's trying to run an ad campaign for an energy bar, but he's just taking L's in every way. The chipmunks are currently destroying his house, and his co-workers are giving him questionable looks. To make matters worse, they drew all over his pitches, meaning Dave is about to go bankrupt. I mean, where were these chipmunks made? In a lab? How did they get away with this? Mans can't even catch a break because he finds out his ex is coming over in the next hour, and for the first time, the chipmunks locked in and actually cleaned the house, but he tells them that they can't join on his date. Alvin tries helping Dave get his ex back, so he puts on that freaky music and she immediately friend zones Dave before he can even attempt a shot. He tries to stop them, but they just kept making things worse. I would have already called pest control and packed them up. I don't even know why Dave is still dealing with this. Dave then proceeds to tell her the truth about the chipmunks, and well, yeah, she leaves because what the fuck you mean you adopt fucking chipmunks? Dave starts writing a goodbye letter for them, but ends up throwing it away and leaving it on the floor, finding that they already actually left, and somehow they end up finding the producer's house. I'm telling you, it's something we don't know about these rodents. They start singing a little Christmas jingle for him, and without hesitation, he hires the chipmunks as if this was a normal day-to-day occurrence. As they go grocery shopping, which all things considered would be the last thing I'm doing after becoming unemployed, they hear the chipmunks' new Christmas jingle on the radio. The chipmunks become an overnight viral sensation off this one song they did for bro, and genuinely made this man rich after having the worst week of his life. He starts spoiling them, as he should, going on a LeVar Ball type of run with these 3 new kids, as everyone in their life starts to switch up and love everything they got going on. And then we probably get the cutest moment of the movie, enough to make a grown man cry for real. I still remember this scene. I'm damn near tearing up right now. They celebrate Christmas with some bootlegged gifts they got for Dave and start treating him like a dad, which makes Dave very uncomfortable since he's really just trying to be a manager. But if I was Dave, I'm accepting them like my real kids. Like, what? They just made you rich. The producer dude, his name is Ian by the way, comes in with all his money and brings a bunch of gifts for the chipmunks, most likely with their money too. The chipmunks perform their first show and all of a sudden they're not nervous no more, so money really talks even for animals. I'm still lost on how everyone was so confused at first, but the second these monks start singing, everyone forgets they some wild animals and glaze. And yes, I know it's a kids movie. We then get a scene where Dave's ex finally gives him his flowers, only for the chipmunks to bring up his lack of ability to step up as a real father, which she double downs on. That's super tough. Ian tries pitching the idea to fully monetize and sell out the chipmunks for a few M's, but Dave wasn't going for it. So Ian just goes straight to them to convince them to sell out. He said he was going to give them all the food in the world and literally lies on Dave, making him sound like a villain. And then he starts kissing on Alvin. Are we sure this is a kids movie and not a documentary for the music industry? He got the chipmunks' heads all gassed up and now they don't listen to Dave at all. He tells them off, and later that night Theodore finds the note at the most inconvenient time, which only makes things worse. They move out of Dave's house to live with this corrupt dude. He's about to go touch them rodents and make them dance for a check. Somehow with the handful of songs they had, they still managed to go on tour selling out stadiums and shit. I don't even think your favorite could compete with them. He had them doing tours, doing commercials, literally literally everything in this 360 deal of doom just to make some money, leaving old Dave hella depressed because he's gonna go back to being broke and he lost his kids. Pick a struggle. The Chipmunks have lost all motivation to sing from being worked up, so Ian literally drugs them with caramel macchiatos. If this wasn't a kid movie, they'd be under a lot more than just caffeine.
This is absurd. I feel like P. Diddy with fur.
A P. Diddy reference in this movie is so crazy considering what's going on right now. I'm telling y'all, don't miss the signs. Ian makes them start using auto-tune, literally just ruining their careers one step at a time. Dave ends up calling to see if he can salvage what's left of the boys, but Ian wasn't going for that either. That same night, Theodore tries to sleep next to Ian, but this ain't Dave. He tosses bro right out the room like a pest. King size bed, and he still don't want no 3-inch furry in it. As they continue their tour, the Chipmunks have now lost their voices from all the excess singing, so they get forced to lip sync instead. Dave pulls up to the show and gets media access through his ex to save them once and for all. He immediately gets recognized and dragged out of there, but before he's fully pulled away, he screams for Alvin, and they all break character and excitement, stripping naked. They start completely trashing the show, but Ian stops them before they get to Dave. He makes it backstage, but Ian already knows he got them, and he throws them in a cage. I don't know why he expects them to obey him just because he stole them, but let's just get to the ending. The Chipmunks manage to sneak out the cage before even going outside, and they find their way into Dave's car. After they reunite, they get all emotional about missing Dave, and shit, I damn near miss Dave too. I'm actually happy we didn't have to watch a long ass fight scene or dance battle. I'm sure it costed a lot of money to edit these chipmunks in, but either way, I really wasn't trying to see all that. So this was probably the most realistic thing that could have happened. After this moment, life became peak again. Dave gets his girl back, and then Alvin makes the power go out. I don't know how Ian isn't in jail yet, but shit, it is what it is. It doesn't even change the fact that there are even more chipmunks just like them. This movie was super chill, nothing crazy, just straight to the point, and I love it for that. I might look at the second one if y'all want me to, but I think it's time I really just go ahead and start my own band, go on tour and shit. Might retire early. I got hiccups. I'll be back soon.
Little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry.